Alright guys, for my Scrabble challenge update, what I want to tell you guys is always choose your chips first by picking the highest chip for each player, and whoever has the highest chip, just pick a chip, and whoever has the highest chip, make sure that they can go first. They're trying to play for Scrabble Master. You know, the Scrabble Master is the one who gets to have the most points and property of words. That's how they're winning to get that. But also make sure that, you have all your chips, for your board of words. So let me show you what I did. You see this? All I did was put my two pieces there. Now I replaced my old board with new words, but there's still 30 words, and I have it all organized. And I have my black of the places where they have to pick for the cards, because I have my cards here on the side, and I have my dice. And this bag is that to pick the chips for. So when I pick up chips, and make sure you have a special place for your high point chips so that you can be able to put it down. Also, make sure that when you time yourself for 60 seconds, which is about a minute, of course, make sure that that's what they all have to do to get to the move around the board equal amount of time. And if they run out of time for their turn, they have to, their turn, they have to share they have to move on. You have to be on time. All right, so that's what I did for my Scrabble challenge, and I had to update a few things. Also, make sure you have all your game pieces, and make sure you have all your cards from 1 to 9 in black and in white, for 1 to 9, and 2 triple and 2 double cards. So this is double, right, in black, and then you have 2 of those, and then you have 2 of these in triple. So you have that. So you have your blank chips with no value, but you get to spell with it. If you have blank chips, just make sure it goes with the board so that you can add more to it. Also, make sure you are able to move around the board in a smooth fashion. It's just the one who gets to the star with the most property and points wins that part, and they get to be Scrabble Master. Plus, that's all it is. You're just playing with that, and it's just a fun. It keeps going and going. If you could stop somewhere, if you want to, stop at 25 for that first round. If you want to go to 50 points, that's fine. If you want to go to 100 points, that's fine. But you have to make sure it goes with that game. That's just my Scrabble challenge, so you can learn words fast. And I'm just going to do it that way right now and just see how to do that more often. Okay, you guys, happy playing. I hope you guys are able to do that. And also, if you have to refresh your master, always have another player that lands on while the word is there. So if you have to do that, okay? They also use word choice and trade chips. Use all the stickers to where the words are. With cards, use game pieces to move around on board. Only move game piece up, down, across. Roll dice again, okay? And get to black star with all the most chips, and win too. So, but so the turn play chips over face down too, for each turn that you play on the board, okay? If you get that word or whatever, and you've had those points already, and you make sure you tally up your points, okay? Because you're going to add it up on a piece of paper at the end of that round, okay? And also, make sure you replace your chips each turn if you are able to get property or whatever, because you want to get more property and you have chips on that from your letters already. Make sure your letters are equally distributed for each of your words, I would get a total of 2 bags. Yeah, because 2 bags can help you get words, because it's more words than it is. Get 2 bags of these, which means you're gonna have to get 2 boards and 2 Scrabble boards if you're trying to play this game really well. It's gonna be fun. 2 to 4 players can play this. You start with 7 chips, and for each player, and make sure it's keep it organized, because you want to get into this. This is the challenge. So this is something that my mom and another friend of mine tried to play, and they said that I kind of wanted a little like this, like make it make sense, but make sure that we have premiums and we're able to have benefits, so that if we're trying to win, like make it make sense. Like it is a challenge, but I want it to be a little more. So yeah, and then you have triple letter score, the same thing. And when you have these letters on the triple letter score, or double or triple word score, or double letter score, or double word, you have to, that equals for score amounts on the game board. So if you have that for that letter, you get the score amount if you get that chip, okay, from those places of those boxes. Yeah. And also those question marks, those 2 question marks, those 2 double digits, and those 2 dashes I'm talking about. And that that means go to start, place cannot use card to collect points. That means you go back to start. And the question marks mean reveal words. Those 2 question marks, reveal words. I'm going to show what it looks like so you can see how it looks. Reveal words, cards to collect points, and go use cards to collect points. That's where you pick up the cards. And then you have to go and use card to collect points. If you collect number of points on card where you pick up the sticker, that means you have to collect number of points on card. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, that means you have to collect that amount of cards, and you have to take whatever that says on that. So that's the same thing for that, and you collect that amount of cards, okay? And when you collect that amount of cards for 1, 2, 3, 4, that means you just have to draw the amount of cards, okay? Because what you're going to do with those cards is you're going to have to make sure that when you use those cards, that you have to follow all of those you get those points. You want those points, so you can collect amounts of cards, since that's what you use to help you in the game. And yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to make people use that for, because you're going to use those cards to help you get more points, and that's going to help you in the long run. So it will just add more points, because you're trying to make a total of 25 points or 50 points for that round, or 100 points for that round. It doesn't matter how many points, but it has to be that amount. It doesn't have to be exactly 25. You have to make that bid for that player that wants to, win that game. They have to make the 25. I'm going to do 25, or I want to do 50, or I want to do 100. You have to make that bid. If you don't make that bid, and you try to make that, you lose points, and the other players, they get the points, okay? And you lose that round. That's just how I'm doing it. But yeah, and you get to save, but you get to save all the rest of the other stuff for that, for the next round. If you want to play the next round, you get to hold your cards or whatever. But if you can't deal with that, you just want to put it all together, you'll just have to start all over. But if you want to go to the next round, that's how you win. Have the most points, have the most words. It's 30 words. That's all you have to do. And it's going to be fun. And that's just how I'm doing it. But if you don't, just tell me, I'm just letting you know that this game, it'll bring math and time. It brings time, education, and communication. Because then you can know what to do. Time, communication, education are the 2 most important things. And that's what I'm trying to make this game about. It's time, education, and communication. So yeah, and make sure you roll the dice. And you can split the dice and move up or down or a diagonal with the number of the dice, okay? So that's all you have to do with that. Plus, since you're playing for Scrabble Master, the board game does not use worth more in value. So yeah, these things worth more in value. Just do that and you'll be fine. All right, guys, peace.